No, I just want to mention two issues, and if you have any questions, would love to answer them. You know, my view's always been taking care of people as they are, regardless of what happens in the election. But two issues that I think are very important to mention is the Small Brew Act, which is important. Gwen has been a great advocate for you and bringing this to our attention, then opening doors to understand the impact it's having, which is very helpful. Because what this does is put a disproportionate burden on small brewers who are trying to grow a business very quickly, or to try to stand up a business. And so that excise tax is really a question of jobs and your ability to create jobs and to sell your product. And so very supportive of that, and with the debate on tax reform, I want this to be included in any tax reform that goes forward in the House or the Senate. Do that it's a bipartisan bill, but I think we need to do tax reform in a bipartisan way. So the second issue is something a little different. It's crowdfunding. Not for everyone, but crowdfunding is permissible in a charitable sense or in a gift sense. So somebody says, I believe in what you're doing, I would give you $25. I'll get your first 6-pack of what you're brewing once you're able to, do your first run, your first batch, which is fantastic. You see folks do this in a charitable way, and it's permissible for charities, it's permissible for politicians, it's charitable. Beyond charities, you can do it for a profitable business. There's a woman I was able to meet. She had an organic bakery, locally sourced foods, fantastic. She wanted to raise 15 grand to get ovens so she can go to a wider array of folks. We had people say, well, yeah, I'll give you $100 and get a few bucks of your product, just like to see you succeed. Well, that works. Kickstarter does it, Indiegogo, a number of other crowdfunding platforms do it. Well, I was able to pass a law, bipartisan, but I wrote the bill that actually got signed by the president that allows equity crowdfunding. So you can do this with small businesses. You can get a wider array of people to raise capital up to $1 million. And so that can be used for somebody who just believes in social responsibility and sees a product and a company offering something they like. It could be whether that's green energy, it could be somebody who likes the product, whether it's beer or pizza or whatever it may be, or a coffee shop, and they can support it and own a piece of it. So I think this is a whole new avenue for raising capital, and raising capital from what I constantly hear from small businesses is a real struggle. And that's my background. I understand the struggles of trying to get financing so you can make money and make a profit. So I'd like to free that up, and as it stands now, the SEC is writing regulations so this can happen next year as a result of this law. So those are the two things I wanted to mention to you, but the final thing is I just want you to know who I am, and want to be helpful where I can.
That's one way to do it.
And Mike might say I need to go clean that up, but I want you to also know that I'll be here. I'll not only be visible, but I'll be accountable to you in any way I can. So, with that, love to have any questions if you have any.
What is the timeline, do you think, of the Small Brewers Act? What do you think the timeline is?
Small Brewers Act.
To go to vote or to...
right now, there are over 50 co-sponsors in the House for it. Next year, I think, regardless of what happens with the election, we're going to have to address the tax code. Soup to nuts, top to bottom. We're going to get rid of these loopholes that only a handful can access. Only a handful of elites can access certain loopholes. We need to get rid of those, lower the rates, broaden the base, the whole thing. But as a part of this, we have federal excise tax issues, and that's where I think we can insert this into the debate. And this is one of a handful of things that can actually impact jobs in a real way in Western North Carolina.